All right. If you want to read along, Matthew 25, starting at verse 1. 25, verse 1 through 13. This is part of the Olivet Discourse. This is meant for the Jews, not for the church. But what I want to talk about, it's still kind of, I'll get to it in a minute. The 10 virgins, 25 verse 1. And Jesus is saying, then the kingdom of heaven will be comparable to 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were, now remember, it says 10 virgins, not the bride. We are the bride. He's talking about the 10 virgins. That's why this is for the Jews, not the church. However, we can look at this, look at the story about ourselves. I'm going to start over for context. 10 virgins, not the bride. The kingdom of heaven will be comparable to 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish, and 5 were prudent. For when the foolish took their lamp, they took no oil with them. But the prudent took oil in flask along with their lamps. Now while the bridegroom was delaying, they all got drowsy and began to sleep. But at midnight there was a shout, behold, the bridegroom come out to meet him. Then all of those virgins rose and trimmed their lamps. The foolish said to the prudent, give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out. But the prudent answered, no, there will not be enough for us and you too. Go instead to the dealers and buy some for yourselves. And while they were going away to purchase, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the wedding feast, and the door was shut. Later the other virgins also came, saying, Lord, Lord, open up for us. But he answered, truly I say to you, I do not know you. Be on alert. You do not know the day nor the hour. Now, I've heard some commentaries about that. This is the reason why I don't think it's for the church. Okay? If it was the bride, and they are saved, then they're going with them. Whether they were ready or not, they are going with them. Now, the 10 virgins is for Israel. As you know, the 3.5 year mark, when the Antichrist, anyways, let's just say that 2/3 of the Jews will be killed during the tribulation. Some of them will not be ready. All right? The point I'm trying to make is we need to keep our oil lamps full. We need to keep our oil lamps full because here as a church, we don't know when the rapture is going to happen. Does that mean that you're going to get left behind if you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing during the rapture? I remember my grandmother, I would be listening to some music and she'd walk in. What are you listening to? You know, what if Jesus came and you were listening to that? I don't think she really understood what she was saying. That's a partial rapture theory. That some people out there think that only the good people will go up in the rapture. And if you're saved, but if you're doing something that you're not supposed to, you're going to get left behind to get straightened out. No, we're all going. However, it's all about rewards. Do you want to be caught? Actually, do you want to be caught doing something that you're not supposed to do during the rapture? Think about it. After the rapture, we're going to stand before in judgment, and we're going to feel shame. Not for Jesus, no, for ourselves. Think about it. We're finally going to be face to face with Jesus, and we're going to be in perfect bodies, and at that point, we're going to realize how flawed we were in this life. And we may not be able to see him eye to eye without feeling shame. You know, could we have done enough? Could we have done enough in this life? And that's where I think that verse comes, where he will wipe away all tears. See, there's going to be some tears shed in that judgment seat of Christ. It's not a cosmic trip to the principal's office. He paid for our sins. We're not going to go there for our sins. It's a reward judgment. But that still means that we're going to feel shame when we get up there, because we realize that we could have done much more. And that's what I mean by keeper. Somebody mentioned it to me yesterday, and it's always stuck with me. She said, something spoke to me and said, keep your oil lamps full. Jesus is coming soon. And it's very easy to be led astray in this life and not keep our focus on him, especially me. Look, when I do these lessons, I'm doing them for myself, and I'm just taking you along for the ride, because I'm a flawed human being. I'm an ordinary Joe. Some days when I leave that office, after dealing with chowderhead agents all day, untrained agents, chowderheads, I leave that office almost losing my Christianity. I lose my patience with them. So I got to stay focused and keep my oil lamp full, and keep thinking to myself that I just don't. He could come at any moment. We are running out of time. We got to keep our oil lamps full. It's hard. It's hard. I'm preaching to the choir here. It's hard, because I battle the flesh every day. But at the end of the day, I got to stay focused on him. Because when that trumpet blasts, it's going to be a twinkling of an eye, and we're going to be gone. What's a twinkling of an eye? It's faster than a blink. We're going to hear that trumpet blast, and we're not even going to have time to think. I tell you, I'm getting off, but it's been so busy at work. So it's another thing that I have to keep my oil lamp full, because it's been so busy at work. And I can leave. It's just, I tell you, how business is going to be. I tell you, I think the entire planet is getting new phones for Christmas. The entire planet is either getting a new phone, a new watch, or a new tablet. If you're watching this video, I bet you're going to get either one of the three for Christmas. And I say that to say I've got to stay focused on him, because it's very easy for me to just lose it. Not lose my salvation, but just lose it. I'm saved. I know where I'm going. He likes to whisper in my ear sometimes. Yeah, you're not saved. Come on, but I am. I say, no, get behind me, Satan. Anyways, and that leads to a fun point. What are you going to be doing during the rapture? I think there's going to be a big discussion among the church who are alive. And they're going to say, what were you doing during the rapture? Somebody's going to say, yeah, let's see, I was having dinner with family. Or I was hanging out with friends. Or I was reading the Bible, praying. I was asleep. And here's my story. They're going to come up to me, Richard, what was you doing during the rapture? Oh, I was on the toilet. Can you imagine? I was in the toilet. That'll stick with you through all eternity. Would you like to be on the John during the rapture? Ed, the name. What if I talked about that in my later videos. What if the name that's given to you correlates with what you were doing during the rapture? Here's your name, Richard, thee that was on the toilet. And that's my name through all eternity. Thee that was on the toilet. I'm sorry, I'm joking. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I say that to be serious. Stay strong, guys. Stay strong. Keep your oil lamps full. Keep in the Word. Keep in the faith. We're all discouraged. We're all saying, why are we still here? But don't be discouraged. I don't think it'll be much longer. It's not. Stay strong. I might get on here maybe Christmas Eve and read the true Christmas story. The true Christmas story, not the 'twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Not that. No, that's Satan's attempt to venture away from the true meaning of Christmas. Stay strong. I knew this was going to be a quick hit. I heard that yesterday, and I was going to do it last night, but I left. I was weary. I was tired. I was worn out. I was a little miffed, and my mind wasn't right. So I unwound with the greatest Christmas album of all times. Yes, that's a Charlie Brown Christmas album. Yes, I like jazz. What? This Texas hick likes jazz and not country? Yes, folks, I like jazz. Got a couple of Miles Davis CDs, Thelonious Monk CD, Coltrane CDs, And I listened to the Charlie Brown Christmas album, and it's different. I love it. I listen to it a couple of times every year. I start listening to it after Thanksgiving. Yep, I like jazz, folks. I keep wondering if one day at work they'll play jazz. They play music over the in the office, and I'll say, "Hey, play some jazz," but I think too many people would complain. Anyways, that's my story. I might come on here in a few days and tell you my story, my testimony. Maybe. I might lose some subscribers if I do that. Anyway, stay strong. Stay strong. God bless. Like, share, subscribe. Or don't like, share, subscribe. This is the nutty video. Love you.